I need to get out, it's starting to stink like piss.
Start speaking then.
Are you recording your audio on?
Yeah.
I'm just walking.
There's nothing behind you, I'll let you know.
No, you won't.
So this week we've come to Marl in Germany to meet, and it's going to sell him short by saying long-term friend of RS, because he was way more than that. But we're here to meet Dan, or Artoo Dan on the forums. It's his birthday, it's his housewarming party, and we're doing a bit of a German garrison run. So we've combined all those things, mashed them up into a big excuse to come and see Dan and see his amazing collection. I should say the name of the collection, Dantooine. Let's party.
We've just got to Dan's area. We don't know where we're going.
So we're at Dan's place. This is the first time we've been here. It's his new place. Obviously, we've come for his housewarming. But we did do a German garrison run, and we shipped the boxes 2 days ago. We've just arrived as UPS has arrived. So let's follow the boxes.
We're in a cycle lane. Cycle lane.
Hey, welcome to Dantooine. So yeah, this is the office slash cat room where some of my collection is placed and stored. It's not the main collection though, so it's like pieces that I get swapped out, put in the main display, put back here, whatever I feel like. One highlight definitely right here is the R4 dome that some of you, it's a bit dusty, some of you might recognize from Celebration Europe in Essen. So that was the onstage droid for that event that Lucasfilm asked me to build. So I came up with a design together with another guy in the Artoo Builders Club and built it, and then for most of the panels on the main stage I was operating the droid, and we had some crazy antics with the guest stars and with Warwick Davis and all that. And
I'm going to interpret. He's not the protocol droid, he's clearly an astronaut droid. Well, this one is a bit special. Yes. Yes. I can talk. There you go, you can talk.
what else do we have? We've got this nice drink dispenser slash IG-88 head, which is an actual turbine piece from a jet engine that was used. That's a found part. Then there's the first glass cabinet, which is very stormtrooper heavy. Some might think, well, what's wrong with that guy? Why has he got some boots in there? That's actually a pair of Stewart boots, which are the boots they used in A New Hope. The actual model and same found part that they painted white. I haven't quite brought up the guts to paint mine white yet, but yeah, it was quite hard to find them, and I'm quite proud of having that pair of boots. And the resin cast of the promotional Trooper Blaster, and some toys, vintage toys and stuff thrown in just for good measure. And we've got two RS greenlets because I'm greedy, and I've got 4 of them. One's not painted, as you can see, and the other one's still on his way to become a Sand Trooper. Behind you we've got a TIE Fighter by RS, and that pretty much covers the office. So here we are, that's the main room, that's our living room, and that's where most of my collection is displayed. We've got all the original trilogy stuff here, dark side and light side, and the TIE Fighter thrown in because I didn't know where else to put it. What do we see? Vader, the Emperor, done by Philip Robinson, Boba Fett, and then loads of RS goodness. We've got the Biker Scout and Snowtrooper helmet. A bit of Anavos thrown in just for good measure. That's the Rogue One helmets. Although I'm not the biggest Rogue One fan, I just like these new designs and I thought I'll lighten it up a little, not make it all Stormtrooper, because I've got loads of Stormtroopers, as you will have seen once you've seen this video. Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper by CFO Mark Edwards. Really good guy, nice helmet. That's a very special one down there. That's the Death Star droid I got from Gordon Tarpley. Many people will know him from the 3PO world, and he's just a really talented guy, and he's sculpted that. And I actually picked it up when we went to Anaheim 4 years ago, and he finished it for me, and it's been in the collection ever since, and I'm really proud of it. Continuing on, we've got, because we talked about found parts, we've got Han Solo's blasters up there, and that's the A New Hope versions. We've got the Hero Blaster, which is a deactivated Mauser, which is the found part, and all the rest, all the other bits are replicas, because I'm not that into blasters and I don't want to spend thousands on found parts. The Flesh Hider is original, but the rest are replica parts. It's the Greedo Killer.
Yes, I bet you have.
In A New Hope, which was just used for the pickup shot where he shoots Greedo. And they couldn't bring the original prop because it was a live firing prop to the US for the reshoots, so they had to make up something. And that's what they did. It's based on a model gun company, Mauser, which is just a model. So light side, that's the Clothiers Bush helmet over there, which I finished myself. I got it as a kit from Clothiers years and years ago. I think just shortly after RS started, and RS did the vac forming for them. It turned out quite nice, and it's a really nice piece in the collection, and we got the whole costume, and the missus is actually wearing it for conventions. Then we've got an Akbar mask, which I got from a guy in the States, and Chris Stevens, that's his first version of Nien Nunb that I finished myself, and the hat was done by a seamstress in Ireland. I've forgotten her name. 21B, which has the original mic, again a found part. That's the original mic. That's a Shure that they used, and the hat was done by Zorg on the RPF, which I again got as a kit, finished myself, got the mic, cut out the cast-in mic and replaced it with the actual found part. Yoda, it's probably the 5th Yoda that I've done, and most of them came from Philip Robinson, who also did the Emperor, and that's his latest version. Again, I was lucky enough to get it as a kit, finished it myself, made the eyes myself, and the body is like, well, no, the body was remade as well on that version, but the ropes are still the same that I had from version 2, I think, which I picked up on the RPF years and years ago. Quite happy with it. One of the pieces that I would never let go, really. More found parts. That's an actual original Graflex flash gun. I mentioned it before. They just reused those old flash guns, took off the top part, put some T-Trex on them, a couple Greeblies, and that's a lightsaber that we all know and love. There's more Luke in here. That's basically a bit more Luke-centered, the whole cabinet. We've got the bust. We've got the EFX X-Wing helmet, which is signed by Mark. And while the helmet is not the best, it's nice to have something that's signed by Mark Hamill, just to round off the collection. And then we've got Hoth binocular, which is cast of an original Zimrat, which is what they used in the film. Really hard to get, but a friend in Germany got hold of one, and then he molded it, made kits of it basically, and that's one of those that I finished myself again. So that's the more controversial side, I would say. Not for me, but many people are not that happy with what Star Wars has become. I like it, I quite like it. I quite like the new Stormtroopers as well, not just the old ones. Although it's got that streamlined Apple look to it, it just works for me, and it's a nice costume to wear. It's a modified Anovos marketing kit. Especially the helmet has been heavily modified to closely resemble the ones on screen. That's the standard version that they sold. Afterwards, the marketing kit came with a fiberglass version that I turned into Finn's bloody helmet, just next to it. So one of the modifications I did on the armor is I changed the chest piece to a cast from original one, and right now it's actually the only one in existence, because we had access to an original one and we molded it, and I did a prototype, which is that, and it never went anywhere from there because it's quite a big elaborate mold, and it's quite hard to fit them to the Anovos kit, let alone other fan-made kits. The boxes on the belt, they're cast from original pieces as well, and they're miles better than what Anovos sent with the marketing kit. That's my Ray bust, which I'm quite proud of. It's a very simple piece. It's just the head wrap and the goggles, which I got as a kit from Kristen Jones, again, a girl in the community, and she's really into Ray. She's basically called the mother of all scavengers because she's been researching the costume, and she's very active and very supportive of the community. That's another fan-made sculpt of the melted Vader that I got from the RPF, the Replica Prop Forum. There's only a handful of casts made of that. It was done by Master Edie, that's his name. And he did a first version that was before the movie came out, or before there was proper reference. And then he revisited it, and I missed out on the first one. And then I got on the list for the second one. It was high up, I was maybe third or fourth on the list. And he only did about 20 of them before the molds started to deteriorate, because it's got all these undercuts and it's so complicated that he only did a handful, and I'm really proud of it. I know EFX have announced one now that's based on the original 3D scans or whatever, but it's got a hefty price tag, and with EFX you never know whether it's actually going to be delivered. So that's a rare piece that I'm really proud of, and that's very, very close to the original, especially for a hand sculpted piece. So here's a Grail piece and the centerpiece. The Master Replica's Millennium Falcon. Many people know about it, many people are after it. I was lucky enough to pick this one up because Rob of RS found one in the UK and picked it up for me. And it was even the signature edition. Comes with Harrison Ford signature, which by itself is quite rare. When we found this place, it had that fireplace in it already, and I thought, that sort of has a Jabba's Palace vibe to it, because of the colours and bronze and all that. And I had Salacious Crumb, which is done by Sideshow and which was sculpted by the original sculptor who did it for the film. And I thought, yeah, that's perfect. I put him there. He's not there when the fireplace is on because I don't want him to melt. But since that doesn't happen very often, that's his place for now. And then there was this opening down there, and I thought, I brought this Jabba throne knocker from RS when they built a life-size one ages ago, and I didn't really know what to do with it. And then it just hit me that it fits perfectly in there, and so I made a drawer. Continuing on, it's my Stormtrooper shrine with like one of my main pieces. It's that Stormtrooper bust by RS. It's one of the prototypes actually. I think the busts are still not officially available. It's a green helmet from the original HTB material that I built and finished myself, and it was gifted to me by the guys years and years back when all this started, when we did the first run. So that's very special to me because it's really, really close to an authentic original piece. I did loads of work finishing it and researching colors and all that. Yeah, it's a Stormtrooper, what else can I say? And that boss just adds to it, and that's some ABS parts that I made to look dingy and old and all that, and it's got some gaffer tape on it, just like the originals. Next to it is a Stormtrooper Hero helmet done by Trooper Master. It's a fan sculpt, but it's probably the best out there at the moment. On top we've got a deactivated Sterling that's turned into an E11, a Stormtrooper blaster, built with found parts. It's got an original Hengstler on it, an original scope. And I put the Macquarie sketch design in there, like that was done by Skygun Bro in the States. And he sculpted it from the sketches and the artwork that Macquarie did, just to round it off, because that's where it started, and that's what we saw in A New Hope.
Look, sir, droid.
That's my droid corner. Obviously the main attraction is R2D2. Sorry Lisa, I know that you're really into 3PO, but for me it's R2. That's what started it all for me 12 years ago now, 13 years roughly. And I'm really proud of him. Done loads of events with him, built most of it myself with the help of the Artoo Builders Club. Yeah, it's R2, what can you say? He's just amazing, and he's always had an impact on me, and it's nice going out to events with him and see others react to it and be just amazed by that character design, and it shows how timeless it is. So yeah, that is one of my main pieces, and if I could, I'd just take it with me anywhere I go. And he's accompanied by a 3D printed BB-8. The 3D print files came from the BB-8 Builders Club, which is basically a subdivision of the Artoo Builders Club. Yeah, I printed it, I sanded it. That's basically loads of sanding, filling and sanding and filling and sanding. And then you end up with a droid. And 3PO is currently being reworked, and hopefully we'll get a proper gold chrome finish sometime later this year. But this is the droid corner, and I think that rounds off everything quite nicely. Thanks for watching.
It's not an automatic. So that was Marl, that was our weekend, and that was Dan's amazing collection. There's more content from Dan coming up in future vlogs, so do stay tuned for that. And if you like this video, do like, subscribe and turn on those notifications. I said I'd never say that for you. I said it.